Okay, let's continue. Zebul Haq.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm playing you one start. Try to finish your presentation in 5 minutes start. Here we go.
Assalamu alaikum to all of you. This is Zeb. I am from BS 5th semester, and today my presentation topic is motivation and its types. So first of all, I am going to give you the brief description of motivation, and then I will discuss its types. So the word motivation is derived from the word motive, which means reasons for doing something which accelerates us to response or behavior. That is basically motivation. If we look at the formal definition of motivation, the process that account for an individual's intensity, direction, and persistence of effort towards attaining a goal. For attaining a goal, three things are very important:
Yeah,
intensity,
see
direction, and persistence. Yes, sir.
see the slide and give your presentation. जो slide सामने है उसी की presentation दीजिएगा, ठीक है?
Yes, sir. If you talk about the types of motivation, so there are two types of motivation: extrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation. Change the slide, sir. Sir, please change the slide. Extrinsic motivation, by the name of itself, is very clear that extrinsic motivation is anything that motivates an individual externally. That is, the motivator here is external to the person. Now, this extrinsic motivation is basically to avoid certain types of punishment. Getting something to return or avoid something unpleasant is the basic reasons for performing an act by extrinsically motivated person. For example, money, praise, and public recognitions are external motivators, but these all are externally coming. That is from outside, from third person to get money, to hear somebody praising us, or to get public recognition. This is extrinsic motivation. Sometimes by fear of getting demoted or maybe cancellation of contract too, may compel a person to achieve his goals. These are the things which motivate a person. These things arise from outside of the individual. Change the slide, sir. Intrinsic motivation, like the extrinsic motivation, in the same way intrinsic motivation arises from within an individual. It has nothing to do with external, that is outside of an individual. It is something which a person feels from within inside. Intrinsic motivation is personally rewarding. Performing an activity by a person who is extrinsically motivated is for its own sake rather than the desire for some external reward. Intrinsic motivation creates positive emotions within an individual. The example of it is, uh, for example, internal satisfaction behavior of a person itself is its own reward. We can see here these things arises from within an individual. So these are the examples of intrinsic motivation. Thank you, sir.
How important is motivation for a student?
Sir, for student, motivation is very important, because without motivation we cannot get our goals, we cannot achieve, we cannot reach to our destination. If we don't have motivation, so we will feel bored and we will not take interest in studying.
How can we get motivation? Briefly.
Sir, we can get motivation from sir, as a student point of view, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. As a student point of view, first of all, we need to have intrinsic motivation. motivation. We should have our own interest for learning, and then it comes extrinsic motivation. So extrinsic motivation we can get from our parents, from the teachers, and from the friends. Sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
Excuse me, sir. Please take my presentation. I'll send personally.
Name?
Zahir Ahmed, sir.
लेकिन थोड़ा रुक जाओ, अभी ये कुछ है उनके, मैं ले लूँ इसके बाद.
Sir, I wish you could take mine first.
Yeah, just
Sir,
wait.
because of electricity issue, sir.
Name?
Zahir Ahmed, sir.
Okay. पहले ये शाबान मुस्तकीम कौन है? Who is शाबान मुस्तकीम? No. Okay, Zahir Ahmed, have you sent? Have you sent your presentation?
Sir, this is Raj Mohammed Lashari. Please, sir, मेरी ले लें.
आज मोहम्मद लाशारी. चलो ज़हीर अहमद की आ
जी,
गई है.
सर.
ज़हीर अहमद के बाद आपकी ले लूंगा मैं. After Zahir Ahmed, you send your
Thank you, sir.
presentation.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, how about mine, sir?
Name?
Sir, can I send you my presentation personally? Because in group I have sent 3 times and CR also have sent my presentation.
Name?
Means
Name?
4 times I have sent.
Name बताएं अपना.
Anita. Anita.
हाँ, लेकिन जब आप लोगों का नाम पुकारा जाता है तो कोई उसमें होता नहीं. अब आप भेजें जल्दी से और you should stay there. Zahir Ahmed, start. Zahir Ahmed, are you present or not? Now that's the problem. अब उनकी मैंने presentation start की, but he is not present here. I have to stop it now. अब बताएं कौन है? Yes, Anita, are you there?
Yes, sir,
Raj
I'm
Mohammed,
here.
sir.
अब आप ज़हीर अहमद थोड़ी देर बाद आएंगे क्योंकि सर आपने मेरे 2 घंटे से मैं इंतजार कर रहा हूँ.
Assalamualaikum.
ज़हीर अहमद, are you ready?
Assalamualaikum. This is Zahir.
Yeah. So.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Start.
Assalamualaikum. This is Zahir Ahmed, and my topic is productive language.
हाँ, टॉपिक तो लिखा ही नहीं है आपने यहाँ पर.
Sir, next slide.
Yes.
Next, please, sir. Sir, next, please. So, what are productive skill? Productive skill refer to the skill that enable to learn to produce language in written or spoken form. First of all, I told you that productive skill means that something produced in through the speaking or through the writing. It's a productive skill. Next, please, sir. Next, please, sir. So there are some types of speaking skills. The first one is imitative skill. Imitative skill is simply the ability to parrot back a word, phrase, or sentence said by the teacher. For example, some teachers say that something, or the student is also said the same thing, like the parrot. Next one is stative. Instead, a student's speaking purpose that is designed to practice some phonological and grammatical aspect of the language. The next one is responsive. Responsive is they are short replies to teacher or student imitated question or questions or comments. The next one is transactional. It is carried out for the purpose of conveying or exchange specific information. The next one is interpersonal. Interpersonal is it's carried out more of the purpose of maintaining the social relationship that for the transmission of fact and information. The last one is extensive. Extensive is students order presenter report to summarize in front of the class. Next, please, sir. Next, please, sir. Sir, these all. Next, please, sir.
Tell me which one. जब slide
Which one, sir?
Slide आपके सामने है नहीं, and you have defined everything. Which one?
Sir, interpersonal. It's carried out more for the purpose of maintaining social relationship than for the transmission of fact and information, sir. Next, please, sir. Next one, sir. So some writing skill are written there. When we teach writing, so we can follow the two approach: writing to learn and writing to writing. First one is writing to learn. Writing to learn is the kind of writing we do to help students learn the language or to test them. The second one is writing to writing. It is the kind of writing we do to help students develop their writing skill. Next, sir. How to practice? We can do individual or collaborative writing. We can practice writing skill through the individual. For example, if a teacher gives a task, for the individual. For example, teacher give a task for the writing essay or writing something, so we can individually. If for example, sometimes teacher gives a group task, so we can sit together, student give sit together and writing. It's also a collaborative writing skill. Next one, sir. Next, how can we develop writing skill? We can we should give a assignment through the task, through the group teamwork. Next, sir. To teach speaking and writing, so we also need three importance of skill of productive skill. These are sub skill. We should we must know about that sub skills through the writing and through also the speaking. Grammar, we must know the grammar, grammatic skill. If we some written, so we must know the grammatical problems and also the pronunciation, and also we have lots of vocabularies must. Thank you, sir. Enough, sir.
That's all.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, thank you.
Take my presentation, Mohammed Shaban.
Mohammed Shaban. Where is your presentation?
अरे बरे वकाल शो ना शो yakbaji babi तुमने केला अरे
Mohammed Shaban, where is your presentation?
आया
Sir, I send you.
Send me again.
अरे
Wait.
It's not
Sir,
opening.
this is me, Raj Mohammed Lashari, sir. Please
Raj Mohammed.
take my presentation.
Where
Yes,
is your
sir.
presentation?
Sir, I send in group, sir.
In group. Okay.
Yes, sir.
सर दे रतिका इकबाल
Just wait. आप लोगों से कहा भी था कि you should save your presentation
send
by,
it.
by your name, but you people don't say by, many of you don't say by name. That's a problem. Name से आसान हो जाता है कि एकदम उसको जाके click करके I can easily open. Raj Mohammed Lashari, start. Here we go. Start, please. Yes, Raj Mohammed, start.
Yes, sir. I start with the great name of Allah, who is the most beneficent and the most merciful. This is me, Raj Mohammed Lashari. Assalamu alaikum to all of you. Today, my topic is about creative writing. First of all, we have to understand about the definition of creative writing. Yes, sir. Next slide, please. The definition is about creating writing is original writing that expresses ideas and thoughts in an imaginative way. So next slide, please. It's It's the art of making things up. For example, in creative writing, we express our feelings, emotions instead of cold and hard facts. That is called creative writing. It means that we simply we write our original situation in creative writing. Means it's depend upon totally on realistic or realism. Yes, sir. Next is creating types of creative writing. So next slide, please, sir. There are some types of creative writing. For example, epics, novels, poems, short stories, and songs, television scripts. Yes, sir. Next, please. Uh, Types of writing that are not creative writing. Academic writing that are not creative. Journalism is not creative writing, and the textbooks are not creative writing because we use formal language in these. Now, another topic, subtopic of my topic is creative writing, techniques of creative writing. Be an avid reader. Avid reader means having a practice of reading. Uh, uh, then we can improve our creative writing. Then another point is ask what if questions. If questions is take necessary part uh, as a creative writing. Then the another point is write with abandon, means write with practice. What do we write? We should first of all make its practice. Then example of uh, proofread and edit out of fluff. When we write our ideas or imagination, then after writing, we should proofread read it and edit it out to make it fluff out.
Write in abundance,
Yes,
not
sir.
with abandon. Abandon means तो खत्म छोड़ देना होता है. Write in abundance कसरत से लिखना.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I was not sure. Yes, sir. Example of creative writing. Here is the example which I have mentioned. Poetry example. In poetry, here someone the name Wallace the Carpenter. Wallace the Carpenter by Lewis Carroll. Here stanza. If seven maids with seven moths sat it for a year, do you suppose? The warner said that they could get it clear. I doubt it, said the carpenter and shed a bitter tear. This is a example of creative writing. They write a realistic situation and in a simple manner. There is not too much formalization in these lines. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Any question about this, sir?
Yeah, you didn't mention any creative activity like writing poetry and other novel, short story. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, now let me call Atika. Is Atika present?
Yes, sir.
So I'm playing your one, and after
Okay,
Atika,
sir.
Shaban. Mr. Mohammed Shaban, you will come after Atika. Start. Mohammed Shaban. Start.
starting with the name of Almighty Allah, who is the most beneficial and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum to all. My name is Atika Iqbal and I'm going to BS English 5th semester. And today my topic is what are the activities in language classroom. So here we are arranged. Sir, next slide, please. So we arrange the activities according to our class. Like if we teach English, so we have divided the classes in 3 categories. So first one is grammar, second one is conversation, and third one is audio video classes. So next slide, please. So in grammar class, we have some kinds of activities. There are, I just select the 4 activities here. First one is finding the word, second one is writing an essay and build a sentence. Third one is build a sentence card games, and fourth one is practice the sentences. The next slide, please. The first one is finding the word. In this way, if we teach the word, that what are the words? So we have to give the activity in our puzzles. In our puzzles, that they even they know the words and they search the words. In this way, they create fun activities for the students and they getting fun also. So in this way, we give these types of activities in the classroom. Second one is essay writing. Essay writing is whatever we teach the grammar in the classroom. So we can give the one topic to the students that write a essay writing or write some kinds of writing what you are understanding in the first class or in the second class and in the present simple tenses. So you can write in the essay form. So they can write here and we know that how much the student understand it. Third one is build a sentence card. So for the fresher students, if they are not know the structures of the forms of the words and of the sentences, so they can we can play with these types of fresh students. Fresh students like Tom has a fish word. So we have a subject plus word plus object. In this way, they can learn the structures, read the structure, and remember the structures of the sentences. And fourth one is practices the tenses. If we teach the present tenses like present simple, present past, future simple, so we have the activities like this time, fill the blanks, and they can correct answer in the blanks. They can write it. If we give the first one is that John Dash plays soccer, and then they select what one, which one we give in the dash, which one we write in the dash. So they can write the place, John plays soccer. In this way, they give the past simple tenses. And now we are going to conversation classes. Conversation class is very necessary for us because for the communication, we can give the conversation classes also. So the first one is role play. Role play, we give the role play that because in this way they have a ability. We can teacher give in a role play in a group team members and then they play a role. In this way they can increase their communication level. They can boost your self-confidence also. They can increase their language skills also, that how they communicate with different people. Second one is debate. Debate can help us. Debate can boost self-confidence and they can increase their speech, how the persons give their speech, how they deliver to the audience, how they face the audience. So in this way, we can give the debates activities also in the classroom. Third one is pick up the chat. Now, teacher, what we do? Teacher just do it here. Give the chat to the every student individually, and then she gave us only 5 minutes or 2 minutes to think about the topic, and then the students present here that what are the according to their topic. Fourth one is make the story according to the picture. In this way, the teacher just give the picture. Teacher just give the picture. Sir, change the slide, please. Storytelling according to picture. Then role play, storytelling. See how the picture is telling here. The teacher just see the picture, show the picture, and then the student just give their thoughts, their feelings according to the picture and write it, or told their teacher that here I show the picture. In this picture, we show the message that the in the dead time you haven't allowed the cage with them. So here we can convey the message according to the picture. In this way, students also image the story and then they give the message also. So change the slide. Now we have audio video classes. Now in audio video classes, the students
Thank
just
you.
listen it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
Yes, Shaban. Shaban present?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
playing your ones. Start. Start. Yes, start, Mr. Shaban. We're losing time. Anita Sattar.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
So I'm playing your one. You start.
Okay, sir.
Just wait.
Bye, Joe.
Start.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Here me, I am Anita Sattar, student of BS English. Today, the topic of my presentation is what is lesson planning. So, dear friends, lesson planning, plan tonight, panicking tomorrow. Means lesson planning is something which we have to do previously, not at night. If we plan at night, so maybe some things we have to skip, and it will be the panic tomorrow's class. A lesson planning is something which is a plan prepared by a teacher to teach a lesson in an organized manner. Means if a teacher is want to take a class, then they have to do something previously. They have to plan something previously. What the things which the teacher have previously planned, or make a outline that what the teacher is going to teach a student, that is basically lesson planning. Change the slide, sir. Now I think it is a preparation of a teacher in a written format, in which the teachers think that what am I teach, how will I teach, how am I teach, and whom I teach, and how will I know if the students understand. Means if the teacher is planning a lesson, these points he or she could be keep his mind. Now I want to define what is lesson planning. Good defined lesson plan as a outline or important points of a lesson arranged in an order in which they are to be presented in a student by the teacher. The successful and effective teacher planned as a first and the most important steps. Means teacher have to if the teacher is going to define anything, then he or she have to plan first. it is basically it is the outline of something which the teacher is teaching to its students, or which the teacher designed for their students in classroom setting. Means the what teacher is going to do in the classroom setting, that is all about the classroom activities which the teachers have uh, planned. Now the definition of LS Bosing is lesson planning is a title given to the statement of achievement to be realized and specific meaning by which these are the attained as a result of activities engaged during the period. Means it is a something, it is a statement for the planning resulting we do engage during the period, means during the classroom students would be engaged. Send the slide, sir. Here lesson planning is divided into two categories. First is proposal for action and rigid procedure. According to me, or according to the effective teaching, we have to follow proposal for action lesson planning, not go towards the rigid procedure, because in proposal for action, students are not bound to do what the teacher have planned. If the student means a student also have to give their opinion, and if whatever the students want to do in the classroom means be in the limitations, they can do whatever about the studies students want to do. But in rigid procedure, students are bound to do what the teacher have planned. So these type of lesson planning where the student is bound, the student get bored, and student never be the passive learners. The students become the passive learners, and students get bored. That's why the this rigid procedure is not successful for learning. Now the purpose of lesson planning. There are some purposes of for lesson planning are ensure definite objectives for the day work, keep the teacher on track, ensure selection, presentation, and interpretation of subject matter, helps to choose effective method of teaching, enable to evaluate the teacher session, principles of lesson planning. Use the guide rather than as a rule of thumb. Teacher must have masters of educate training in the topic. Means if the teacher have enough enough knowledge, or enough knowledge to meet a purpose. If the teacher is designing some lesson, so the lesson planning must be enough to meet the purpose about the lesson. The next is need to be fully conversed with new methods and techniques of teaching. Must ensure active students participant. If a teacher gives if the teachers give something, means if the teacher give chance to active participant to speak something, so those students which are not active, they also become motivate to speak something. They also get motivation from those students which are participating at that time. Teacher should use different techniques, teaching learning methods. Not a teacher not be bound on a one method that becomes the students to get bored. So teachers have to use different techniques for in their lesson planning, those techniques which increase the students interest in the study.
Thank you very much.
Characters.
Thank you. Taken too much time. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Sir, but my last slide is about something I have tagged from the research paper. I'm
But
gonna
actually,
explain that.
Yeah, taken too much time. I asked you to take 25 minutes, but you have almost taken 9 minutes. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, so